This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi guys, good morning. Sorry, good evening. So, yesterday we created a project, right? So, let me open that project. So, from that project, so we created on the name of project. So, that we will do on the next step on the sample project. This is the project, right? So, this is the project we created yesterday. So, in this project now, we want to do that using retrofit, we have to do the registration. So, the registration using this. So, this is a similar, like it will be equalize of this, that similarity should be. So, here that we will see here how that is happening here. Now, we will check this. Right. So for that here now, first let here we seen that username, password, email. So three fields are required, right? So let us first we will design the user interface with three fields. So this is the here. So now here I want to use linear layout. So I want to use linear layout. I'm changing this constraint layout to linear layout. Right. So for this linear layout, so I have to give orientation. So I'm giving the orientation. So the orientation I'm giving as vertical. Right. So here I am adding this is the registration. Here something will write. So for here I'm using the register here. Right. Done. Right, then here, so this I don't want this kind of, because this is a constraint layout properties, so I'm removing this constraint layout properties here. Right. So then here we need three edit text, right? But those three edit text, I don't want to use here our regular edit text. Instead of our regular edit text, I want to use the material design edit text. Just a minute. So here I want to use the material design edit text. So where we can get the material design these things, right? So here I want to get a material components here. So let us check that material design here. So I'm opening, this is the official website for the material design. So I open this material Android. So right. So from here now, we are in Android, right? From here I want to explore on the edit text, right? So here I'm searching, means in this lot of things are there, one by one we will check. So I want edit text, so I'm searching with the edit text. See, this is the material edit text. So text fields material, so I'm clicking on the text fields. So in this text fields now I want to use this instead of our regular text view. So here it is a design, you can able to see the theoretical concept. So here we can able to see the this text fields, right? So this is the one type of text field. See that like it will come like this. So next here this is autocomplete, like this is one type. So this is other type. So this kind of it is there. Like here I'm copying this. Okay. So I'm copying this. I'm pasting here the edit text. Right. So here the edit text it is created as, so this I'm giving as a match parent. So match parent. So it is created like this. So this min width max width is optional. We did not require this. I'm removing that property here now. So for this last time for to create this we done a lot of modification for this, right? We created a style and we applied that. So here this is the int is the username. So I have created as int is the username. So like right, for this ID also I'm changing username. So ID also I'm creating as a username. Right. After this, now I want a second text view. So for this, we will apply some margin also, so that it is touching the edge. We can get other this. So here one style also will be there. I think style it is missing here. So let's go to down. Let's, yeah, this is the one exactly what we are expecting, right? So I'll copy this. That will remove. So here I'll show you the total two types of different styles as there. So that we will incorporate here. So this I'm removing this. So it is created like this, right? So for this, here we can give the username in this username, right? We will give some margin. So margin that is 5 dp. So margin 5 dp. Here I like the same. We will create two more. Two more I created. One is for the email, other is for the password. Right. So the last one, this is I'm changing as a password, and hint I'm changing as a password. Right. Hint also I'm changing as a password. Right. So I'll go a little bit up. So next one, this is I'm changing as a email. Right. Int I'm changing as a email. ID also I'm changing as a email. Right. Then here uh, this ID I'm changing as a username. Right. Done. Then next, so this is one type of edit text. So in this there is another type of edit text also here. This will come like this. If you want some background color kind of thing, so that will be here it is like this. This will come like this. So for that only one component change here. So let us here see that component here, the style. If you change the style, let us say here I'm removing this style, means I'm modifying the style here. For the password we will modify the style. So instead of this style we will apply a different style, we will see here. So this is outlined. So instead of outlined, we will change as like here. Instead of outlined, so filled box. See, it will come like this. So only this kind of two styles are available here. If you want to add icon and everything, like here, you can check this. And here we have the all the things. Like if you want to add icon, so here is already the properties are available. Like here you can see. See, this is the icon. So where is that icon is added here? Height. This icon somewhere it is. This is an error. Last time we already seen that validation kind of thing error automatically when you apply validation error automatically that will come like this. Uh, but this icon one where they return this set icon. Hint label text field. Yeah, this is the like start drawable icon. So in case if you give the start icon drawable, it will come here. In case if you give the last, it will come like start. Instead of start, if you give the end, it will come here. Like depends on the position, automatically that icon will place the this, right? So this is okay. Then next here I want to add the button also. So the button also I want to add a material button. So I'm searching with the button. So the field called as a button. So like here in button also there are multiple kind of things are there. So on that I am taking the button. So I am taking the button. So this is one kind of button like contained, see outlined, text button. So three types of buttons as there. So on that you can choose any one of the button. Like you can pick the text from here. So like circle, like these kind of buttons, like various designs of buttons are available here. So that we can check here. So we can see the code. Okay, this is in a design. So here, why we are not getting code means here we are in a design. So if you want to design implementation, if you can go with implementation, then you will get the code here. So this is the button code. See, just everything is same. Style is applied extra. So for the button, material style is applied. This is like similar. So now after these components, I want button here. So right. So here I'm placing the button here. Wait is so I have pasted the button here like this. Done. So this is which type of button it has came. This is the material component style material component button text button has came. So instead of the text button, we'll do other button. So outline button. We'll take outline button. So this is the outline button, right? So here I'm giving this as a match parent, right? So also we will give some margin. So margin ID, right? So here this is we are using for register, right? Register. So here also I'm changing the text as register. Done. So now this all the things I want to fit exactly the center of the page, right? If I want to set those in a center of the page, so we need here other layout, that is relative layout, right? So we will use as a relative layout, so that then only we can adjust that is the center of the page. So that is match parent. Means here I want to add some more things for this, like I want to add the card view also for this. So I'll show you that how we are adding the card view also. So that is match parent, right? Match parent. Height and width both are match parent, right? So I'm closing this like this, but this I want to close here. I'm closing the relative layout in the bottom of the page. So then, so this is the main layout, right? So the main layout should contain these properties, right? So I can remove from here and I can add for the main layout. Relative layout. Spelling is correct. Why it is showing the error?
Sir, match parent P is a capital. It's too small.
Oh, sorry, that's the reason. It's okay. In relative layout also it is showing this. This line also has come to here. So then still it is expecting something. That it is there. Why it is expecting again?
After main activity, we need to close, right, sir? Not good.
Mm,
Line number 9 at the end, we need to close.
yes. No, it is partial close only. So after the partial
Um,
close, we are closing like Android. Okay, it is layout is missing here. Android is missing here.
okay, okay, yes.
Right now it is clear. Right. So then now this has came like this. So relative layout. But what about this part? So this we will change as a wrap content. Now it came. So here, before this, now I want to add one other component, that is the card view. So I want to add a card view. The card view I'm giving as a match parent, right, as a wrap content. So then I want to give some margin for this. Like it will create a 3D effect for this now. So margin IDP. So done. I'm closing this. But this I supposed to close after the linear layout. Right. So here I supposed to close that. See, some 3D effect has created here. Now I want this position exactly the center of the page. Right. Can I apply here that central vertical true, central horizontal true, central vertical true? So done. It is moving exactly the center of the page. Right. Like this. So this is done. Right. Now we will write the our regular code. So then after that we will enter into the that retrofit code. So layout. So in the, means here we touched some part of the layout code. So that is sorry, material design part, some part of material design. Like other designs are there that we will go one by one. Like here we used three components today. One is the card view, button, text view. Three we used. Right. So here we will enable the data binding. So here I'm adding the data binding. So that is enable equal to true. Let us click sync now. So this if you want to use, so as we discussed here, we are using for the to do this operation we are using retrofit, right? So retrofit is the one type of library. So using this now we are going to implement this here. This is introduced by Square. Square is nothing but who are and developed our Android Studio. So for them only this has introduced. So this is the process. Like, but right now I don't want to explain any documentation of this, because once our program is done, then we can come here. If we discuss this easily, you can understand the concept, right? That's the reason right now I'm not doing anything on this. But to implement this retrofit, we'll need three dependencies. So the three dependencies, what are the dependencies we will see here. So retrofit using raw data, either raw data or whatever it is, but retrofit, if you want to use retrofit, we need three dependencies. One is the JSON. So normally, just we discussed yesterday, we are implementing the concept with JSON. So, but retrofit will accept the data in the form of JSON. So, we supposed to do with JSON, means whatever the JSON object, we have to convert that into JSON format. Then next one is the retrofit. Other one is the convert from JSON. So the converter of JSON. So one is the JSON, then it is this like this, right? So this is, I think this is next version has came. So when next version has came, automatically it will show the int here. So we can enable this. Means these three dependencies, first step we have to add these three dependencies in our project, right? Once it is Gradle has built, then we can start the program, like simple, very simple steps. In between of 5 to 10 steps, our project will, means our retrofit code will close this simple way. But try to understand what I'm doing here now. Just first step, declaration of the retrofit request. From there, we will create one common interface. After interface, from the interface, within interface we'll write some code. Then after that we will create one pojo class. After that we'll come back and we'll call the retrofit interface class here, and we'll create a call method like response call. Then this program has done only the simple few steps, but we will try to understand what is what here. Right, this is done. So here we will enable the data binding. Here our regular step up to still listener, giving the listener is still same. So colon activity main binding. So we'll have this null. Right. Then here we used to write binding equal to data binding util dot. Here now I'll write this. Here now binding dot. I'm giving the listener for the button, right? Binding dot. What is the button? We create the name is the register, right? Register dot click listener. After this, now I want to get the data from the text views, right? As our edit text. So I'll get the data from the edit text. So here, getting the data from the edit text also a little bit different. We will see here because we are using the material component. We have to use one more extra parameter in between. So the reason just I want to get first name data. So that is binding dot. So binding dot username, right? Username dot. So normally for edit text here we will write the get text, but here it won't work that. So here we have to write one extra step, that is edit text dot get text. Here this extra step is required. So whatever the data I'm getting, that I'm converting to string. After that also I'm making that to trim as well. I'm doing the trim also. So if we do the trim, what happens here? So it should be any unexpected spaces in first or last, so that can be avoided. So why we need to avoid here? Let us say, for example, I am using the same, but in my last, like in a password, one space as added first. Password will treat with space also. So if you want enter the space, it cannot accept that. So that is the reason you should must use trim function here, right? So this is the password. So here binding that. So password done. So now whatever the data as entered by the user, now that is available here with this, right? So now what should I do? So first I want to get this data to JSON object. So where, because we are sending the request in the form of JSON, but first we cannot take the data to JSON. So that's the reason I'm taking this data into the JSON object. So the JSON object. So JSON object equal to, so just I'm declaring the JSON object here, right? So the declaration of JSON object has done. Then now I want to assign the data to the JSON object. So how can I assign the data to JSON object? So that is JSON object dot put. Like similar we used in intent. Moving to the next step, right? Similar here. Put. The first one is the key, right? So this key we will get from the API, and second one is the value we can get from the our interface. Right, like this we supposed to write the data here. Right. So total we have three parameters. For your understandable, I commented that. So that is here JSON object dot put. Put here. Now the first one is the key, value is the name. So I'm getting the name. Right, name already we converted that into this. So copy this, paste two more times, because total we have three. So this one is the email, this one is the password, right? So but what is the error it's showing here? Unresolved put. How can I take this JSON object? Okay, I understood. Here, this is the whatever this JSON object means. JSON is the capital letter. If JSON, so that JSON that will be in a small means that is a JSON format. So initially it was JSON format. Directly we cannot put the data into JSON format. That's the reason it's showing the error. Right. Now once this JSON is imported, meanwhile we can take the keys here. This is the keys. So username is the key for the name. So copy this name from the document. So here you can paste here this. Right, that must you need to add from the there only, right? Just so this is imported has done. So here now username, password. So this is the password. Next is this is the email. Email done. So three as we added here, right? So after this now adding data is available now in a JSON. Now we need to ask the actual retrofit means. So up to that it is common. So this is the first step. Right, I'm doing next second step. Step 2. So declaration of the retrofit. So that is where retrofit equal to, so that is retrofit dot builder, retrofit dot builder. So that is then dot. So here next is the base URL. So I'll explain what is base URL. Just let me write this complete sentence. Then I'll explain the dot add converter. This is single line. Whatever I'm writing, it is a single line. Add converter factory. So that is JSON converter factory. So JSON converter factory dot create. So we are creating the JSON request. Finally, it is the dot build. So we are building a complete request. So this is the complete request. So JSON converter factory dot create. So now we created the complete request. This is done. Is there a real JSON converter factory dot create? Let it will create. So now meanwhile we will see here. Now see this is the URL. So whatever the URL is given up to certain level of URL, it should be common for all APIs. That you can treat as a base URL, but must base URL should end with the slash. So still that slash I took this. So still that slash I took that one, right? So this is the second step. So second step has done. Then next here we'll write the third step. So what is the third step here? So in this third step, now we need to create one interface. So that interface is common for the entire project. So from there only we will call multiple things. So where retro interface, I'm creating retro interface. Like I'll create with a different name. So that is retro interface. So that is with reference of the above retrofit I'm creating. So that is retrofit dot create, retrofit dot create. So that is a sample project. So sample project interface dot class dot Java, right? So we created the sample interface class, right? So with this name, now we need to create one interface. So I'm creating an interface with this name, right? New. This is the fourth step. So I'm not creating a class here. So sorry, class here. I'm selecting the interface. So with this, I'm creating an interface, right? Sample interface as created. Now within this interface, so now this is the fourth step. So in the fourth step, what we have to do is we have to add the what type of request it is. So this is the headers. So we need to add the headers. So what type of headers it is? So data we are sending in the form of application JSON. So that's the reason we need to write here content underscore type colon. So that is in the form of application JSON. So we are sending the data in the form of application JSON. Then at the rate post. So we have to use the post, right? Because this is the post request. So the post request is confirmed here. That is, this is the post request, right? Post. In case if it is a get, here we will write the get. We will see that also in next in upcoming in this project itself. So here you need to write the remaining part of the URL, right? Then you need to create one function. So this is we are using, this is for create user account, right? So I'm using the create user, means a registered user. This is that's the reason I'm using the create user. So that is at the rate body. So on which format we are sending the data? We are sending the data here in the form of JSON object. So here we need to define the JSON object. Oh, it is created as a JSON object. We should create JSON object. JSON object means just I told SON, that is the small. See here, initially it was JSON object. Now if I import this, so it is imported as a JSON object like this, right? So this we have to done. After this here colon. So from here we have to call the response. So call, we have to create a one call. So that is here one user defined class register response. I'm defining the register response. So this call we have to import, right? We have to import this call. Done. So then we have to import this call. Then this with this name. See here, be careful. I'm creating one Java class, not a Kotlin. Why, I'll tell you. With that name, I have created one Java class. Then I'm coming back to Postman, right? In a Postman, so I want to send some data here. So success. So once I got here the request as success, copy the success message. Copy whatever the success message you are getting on a Postman. Copy that message. Come to browser. So in a browser here you need to search JSON schema to Pojo. So this Pojo even you can write in your own also, but whenever the response is very lengthy, writing the Pojo is little bit difficult. That's the reason I'm showing the shortcut to this. So here paste that response here, JSON and JSON. You can select this, right? Then scroll down and here click on the this, right? This class has created automatically here. So forget about the example. You can copy from here and you can paste here. So you can paste here response. So
Sir,
this,
sir, one small question, sir.
yeah,
Sir, that tool which we have used JSON to that Java Pojo class creator. So
mhm.
while doing in the company, will it not create any problem, right? So because this JSON are having that the company data. Once we'll upload, so will it upload in the server or just like HTML level
No,
only, the browser level only it will
browser level only. It can't save anything.
browser, right? Okay, 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 sir.
So like this, it is generated, right? Now, even you want this program, you can execute like this, or you can convert this into the Kotlin also. So anything you can do. But for the time for this, here I am converting this into Kotlin. Next program will execute like same. So if you want to convert into Kotlin, Alt Control Shift K. Alt Control Shift K. See, now this is converting into the Kotlin, right? So the file has converted into Kotlin. So I'll send you here both the links and the shortcut key for this. So this is the link to convert the response to Pojo. So that is the one. Next, Alt Control Shift. This is converting data from Java to Kotlin, right? So this step has done. Now almost our code has completed. If we write 2 steps, our code has completed. Then here it is clear, right? Response class has created. So then we'll back to here. So here now we need to create a next step here. So what is the next step here? Now whatever the response we are getting, so that response related things we need to call within our this. So for that here now, so I want to call this. So here I want to create a, this is the 4, 5, this is the 6th step, right? So here where register call, I'm defining one call that is a register call, like I'm myself, it is a user defined register call, because final this I have to call with the response. So that's the reason this is the registration purpose I'm using, right? So here I want to define a call. So which I have to call here, this I have to call with register response, whatever the register response we created class, right? So with that class here I'm calling this register response, because that whatever the response I want to import, means I want to use the data here. So that's the reason we have to create that. Done. Import has done. Sorry, retrofit, we now have to import the retrofit related. call, put the call. So the second one, retrofit related call, we have to import this. Done. So retrofit that call as imported here. This. Then now here we need to convert above whatever the value we are getting in the JSON object, right? That we have that format we have in a JSON format that we have to convert into JSON. So data JSON. Just I'm defining the data JSON equal to, so that I have to write here JSON parser. Using the JSON parser, we are converting that above response to, so this JSON parser dot parse. So that is a parse. What we are parsing here. So whatever the JSON object data, whatever above we created that JSON object dot toString. So dot toString. So that is the dot toString. Outside that we are saying that as JSON means JSON object. This is the JSON object. So whatever we are getting, that we are converting into JSON object, right?
Sir, in the
Let's
second
see.
step, JSON to JSON we are converting, and here again JSON to JSON.
Here we are saying this convert, but this means whatever this data while sending, it will be like this. But here this is the JSON object, right? This JSON object here we are converting. See, this is the one. This JSON object here we are using, right? That we are converting here.
Okay.
So the next step here. So after that, now we have to use this above register call. So where that reg response call we created, right? Reg response, register response call equal to retro interface with reference of the retro interface we created, right? So that retro interface dot create user. This create user, whatever we created in this here. So that is here create user. So that is date with reference of this data JSON. Whatever we created that data JSON, we have to call here, right? Then the final step here, the if you call the response calls, then it will be final class we close. That is a register response call dot. And this is the register response call dot. So we have to create one enqueue method. So here this is the predefined method enqueue for this. So that enqueue method. So this enqueue method has two cases. One is the success case, other is a failure case. So enqueue. This is the enqueue method. Why it is not generating? Let us see. So I write. It will suppose normal it will generate, but system like it is little bit slow. That's the reason it is not generating here. So the next here retrofit to dot. So this is the callback method. So we have to write the callback here. So what callback here? So this callback here that we will get from the whatever the class we created, that register response. From there it will call this, right? And then here we need to handle the null pointer. Then here we have to create this, right? So within this now it has two unimplemented methods. One is the on response. This on response is the success case, right? On
Uh,
response is the success case,
Two
and on
questions, sir.
failure also. Yes.
Sir, first the variable name, sir. The camel case here like not mandatory, right? Normally in the Java for that setter and getter purpose, right? Camel case always will use, but here like
No,
line number
not
44, that is not mandatory, right?
not mandatory, right?
Okay, okay. And second, sir, this callback we are using, this is means normally we have the synchronous and asynchronous call, the way of the call. So this is also like the synchronous call only, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay, okay, sir.
So this is done. Now here we need to handle here failure case. You need to handle here success case. But here now we'll see this is the here two errors it is showing. What is the error here? It's also I think call this call error here. Call is here also the telecom call has came. Like when you are handling a mobile call, so that time you need to use that. Now it is clear. So here also I think it should clear. Parse should clear. So what is this JSON object here? What it is expecting here? It is expecting something in the next latest version of this extension of why this extension is needed. What is the other option it is showing? It is not required.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, do you have the same program on Java? Because I'm not getting some of the syntax of Kotlin. I'm still studying Kotlin.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. Do you have like on Android Indian?
Yes. Uh,
Just because I can cross check like uh,
yes. Using I think registration using farm data. Here it is there. Yeah, it is there in Java. This is yeah in Java only it is. So that's one what is mentioned here. This two why this game article let's copy dot base URL after the base URL. So here it will add convert to oh this line has came wrong. This is here add converter factory. This something has came here. So add converter factory. Now so what is the error here? Parse when this line will write extra we not needed that line because that we are not using json parser dot parse unresolved json parser I think it is yeah so normally I think it's not auto generated if it auto generated it will come raise automatically so now it is clear right. So here now simply I'll write here only one toast here and one toast here and we will execute this program. Exactly how to handle the output I'll show you tomorrow. So just for the time being this program is executed or not just we'll add the toast and we will see. So this at the rate main activity.
Sir, one question, sir. Normally, these types of the code, whenever we are writing the Java, always will use a try catch, like for the fail safety purpose. So here,
Correct.
not mandatory, sir, or we are avoiding, sir.
No need here
No
no
need,
need
right?
of
Okay, okay, sir.
because that can be this is an completely the exception handling will take care by the Kotlin itself.
Okay, okay, sir.
Otherwise, when we are defining JSON object, right? There also in Java, we used to write one exception, and here in a response, here we have to write one exception. Like many places, we need to write the exceptions. So here,
Sir, while working in that company, the same standard of the code what we are writing here we can use, right? Or we need to improve something here.
yeah, in this some improvisation is there. After 1 or 2 days, by completion, like I told, total this program take 4 days, right? And the 4 days,
Okay,
we'll add some
okay,
modifications on this.
okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So then finally, if you want to run this, so here we need to add the internet permission on your manifest file. So if you won't give internet permission, your program means your program cannot execute. So here, open the manifest file. I already opened the manifest file. In this manifest file, you have to add internet permission. What happened? It is not open. It is open here. We have to write 2 lines of code. We need to write here. One is here, uses permission. So that is the internet. So I have to add here internet permission. Here, internet permission. And within application, we need to add clear catchy. Even if you won't write this, also clear user this, it will execute. But if you write this is a better, if any catches will be there on mobile side also, that will clear while executing the second time like that. So visor. So it is taking time to open this. So here a lot of means whenever we add any other dependencies, it will take a little bit time to execute this for the first time. Like from tomorrow onwards, again we are launching, right? It will take not take this much of time. It is taking too much time. So meanwhile, just we'll see here. See, in case of Java here, like as you asked here, see now, so the UI is same, but here see, from here, this is the email, JSON object, and this is almost same. See, almost as the same code, it is here, like same.
Can you share the link?
Yeah, it is launching. See, now I'm trying to register as a user. So I'm registering with some name. Here, this database I created for testing purpose, so there is no validation kind of thing. That's the reason I'm entering like random data only. So register. I think it is closed. What happened? What is the issue? We already given internet permission. When you want to give internet permission, also it will close. But we'll see. So that error will start with the fatal exception, right? So fatal exception post URL. Oh, here we forgot the URL. So remaining part of the URL here we forgot. So from the postman, so till that we copied. This we have to give the remaining part of the URL. We have to give there. So this is the remaining part of the URL we have to give here within here. This we forgot. That's the reason it automatically is closed because that URL is not found. So when URL is not found, automatically the program will close like that. Let us try now. The rate something.com. Then next password. I'm giving some random data. Right now I'm clicking on this register user. See, we got success. Right, same data we are sending again. So that case because we are not handling like their cases, right? We have to handle the case, and we will show that even failure, like right now, this is the execution is happening, this case is executing, but actual response here we are getting as a failed only second time. But that we are not showing now. That how to show that we will see tomorrow. Right. So this still you can practice this program as is. We will see it next tomorrow. The next step.
Okay, sir.
Okay.